Let's go back to the Skype machine and welcome in our next guest. His name is Ian McCall. You know him very well. One of the very best flyweights in the world, a.k.a. Uncle Creepy. He was on this show just a few weeks back and made a lot of news about the state of his career, what he wanted to see out of the future, some of his health issues and whatnot. It was a brutally honest interview. It was a fascinating interview. Really appreciated his time. And now he's back for more. He is back for some other news, some really big news. And it's not what you think. So let's welcome in Mr. Ian McCall right now via the magic of Skype. Ian, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, before we get to the news, let's just first put this out there. When we talked about you coming on the show a couple days ago, you didn't want to tell me what the news was because you said, and I sort of quote, "You're a journalist. You can't keep a secret." Now, in front of the world, have I kept my secret? Have I kept my word? Am I a man of honor?
You have your word. You have kept your word. You're still a journo. But
why do you hate journal? Why don't you trust? We're not all the same, by the way. Don't paint us all with the same brush.
You know, I'm a typical American. I'm just going to paint everybody with the same brush.
Well, I'm happy you're here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And let me turn the mic over to you here. You have some news that you want to share with the world, and we want to talk about it. So first, what's going on?
Well, first off, I want to congratulate Demetrius Johnson because he's incredible. And if you didn't see that, holy shit. I didn't watch it live because it was my anniversary.
Wow.
And
happy anniversary.
The UFC thank you. They had interrupted my for some reason every time USADA comes over, I'm in bed naked with my chick. Like they're the biggest fucks ever. It's every fucking time. It's and I answered the door, and I'm like, well, what? How may I help you? And they're like, well, you have to test it. I said, no, I don't. I got my release. I asked for UFC for my release, and they gave it to me. I mean, it was all on good terms. Like, I text Dana, and I text Jeff, and I even texted Jeff, like, as they were there, and he's like, what'd you tell him? I told him to beat it. I'm like, I'm literally busy trying to have an anniversary with my chick, and I'm not a UFC athlete anymore, so it was entertaining, at least, to kick them out. Like, it was just kind of funny. But besides that, yeah, I'm a free agent now. I went out there looking for, if I want to fight, I want to fight for at least $100,000. You know, it could be 50 and 50. That's fine. But I was told a while back, which I later found out was a lie, or I'm not sure it was a lie. But this is another reason why I'm also free of management.
Wow.
You know, some things have transpired, but one thing, don't ever lie to me. I'm a businessman. I'm a big boy. I can take care of myself now. But you've seen me. The last 2 times I've tried to fight, I've ended up in the hospital. And most people don't know I ended up in the hospital 6 times over the last year. 8 times I could have gone, but I toughed it out at my house because I'm stupid. And I didn't want to go through paperwork probably that USADA would make me do because I got an IV bag, like all this other BS. But it's just doesn't seem worth it to me. UFC kind of like said no, not kind of. I mean, and ESPN just put out an article that said I demanded $100,000 or I'm leaving. I didn't demand anything. I asked very, very politely and nicely. And they just said, no, we're sorry. We don't even know about your health. You have to get an entire health workup. And we got the health problem fixed. Last time you guys saw me, I was doing this brain therapy. That sent me into this weird, deeper depression. It was supposed to take me out of depression. And it sent me into this weird downward spiral. And I was like, this is horrible. I was like, I'm never doing that again. And it's the place they sent me to, UFC sent me to, they were collecting data. I get it. It just didn't work for me. But of course, I've fixed everything. I'm back talking to my mind coach, Vinny Shorman. Thanks to him because he slaps me around a lot via Skype and gets me, mentally strong again. But physically, I had H. pylori.
What's that?
Which is it's brought on by stress. It's a bad bacteria in your gut. That I could be bro sciencing the fuck out of this, so pardon me. But you have more than one sphincter on your body. I don't know if you knew that, but there's one here in your esophagus, so the food goes down, and then you have another one in your stomach where it's supposed to go into your intestinal tract. And the second one pushes back, and this one doesn't stop it from going. So it basically reversed the cycle on my stomach, from what I understand. So I had to go on like a month's worth of antibiotics, or almost a month. I had to take another antibiotic. Like it worked though. I haven't had any issues since. My diet's on point. I'm like, I work out like twice a week and I'm ripped. Like I'm 135 food with abs and I don't really do anything. It's kind of unmotivating. Like being really in shape looking and not having to do anything. Like, I know genetics are silly and I've worked hard for this my whole life, but I'm like, fuck, I need some motivation. I need someone to pay me to go out there. I'd like to go to Ryzen. Is it Risen or Ryzen?
Ryzen.
I'd love to go to Ryzen. I never got to fight in Japan, and I'm a dinosaur, as you know. I started fighting in 2002.
Yeah.
So I never got to Japan and fight. I never got to live that part of my life. I missed out on it. I never got to fight Shudo. I mean, and for me to go fight in Ryzen would be cool. I'd love to. What I'm trying to do is go make a bunch of money, make better money than the UFC will pay me. Because let's be honest, they're never going to make a star out of a 125er. They're never going to do it. They have the best dude on the planet who just pulled off like insane shit like he just did.
Yeah.
He went half suplex to underhook to armbar. Like, what the fuck? That was insane. The dude needs to be paid millions of dollars. And Tony Ferguson made well more than he did. Like that's unfair. So I'm going to go take all this and go to a different market and see if it works. And you know what? If it doesn't, if everyone just says, fuck you, I don't care, we're not going to pay you that much, then I'll retire. It's people have never really got to see how good I really am besides that first fight with DJ. I mean, they've seen glimpses of brilliance.
Yeah.
But just like DJ, I've gotten better every single year. You know, I've been mentally fucked, you know, the rest of my UFC career, or physically. It's been one thing, fighting with one hand, which I still have to do. But now I'm a southpaw.
Oh, really?
So, this thing just doesn't, you know, I switch a lot anyways, but my hand hurts, man. It every time I bang hard with it. So I'll keep it for playing and touching. And then when I really want to hit somebody hard, I'll hit them with it, but it'll most likely break. It's broken a bunch of times. So it's, you know, the surgeries, all the infections, but I don't know. I'm just, I'm going to field some offers. Like I said, I'm agent free. I'm UFC free, all on good terms. You know, I text Dana after, and, you know, I've always been on good terms with UFC. UFC's taking care of me. And I understand why they can't pay me that much money. I get it. And I get it. I also understand why they stopped retweeting me for the first time in my career. Which I want to bitch about. Well, because I'm not a UFC athlete anymore. I want to, like, you know, pay. I want to call someone at UFC and be like, who the fuck is doing the social media? Slap that motherfucker. But then at the same time, like, it's business. I get it. You know, it's the UFC's never done me wrong.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. When did you ask for the release?
Last week.
And was it just a simple, hey guys, I know Mick Maynard is the new flyweight matchmaker. Was it just a simple, like, can you release me? And then it's like, hey, yeah, sure. Like, how long of a process was this?
Well, I planned on having a real conversation. Another reason why I'm agent free, you know, I wanted to be part of the conversation, and I wasn't part of the conversation.
Oh,
and I'm a big, like I said, I'm a big boy now, so I wasn't even a part of the conversation. I missed the call by less than 3 minutes, and the conversation was done. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just go fuck myself then. Like, I asked you specifically to put me a part of this conversation, and I wasn't. And
so your agent called the UFC. Your agent was Jason House, correct?
Yes, he was in contact with him, and then I called myself, and I just said, Mick, you know, I asked specifically to be a part of this conversation. Like, I want to know what the deal is. He just laid it down and just goes, you know, it's cool. He's like, if you want your release, we'll give you that. That's fine. You know, I talked to Dana, everything's good. Whatever you need, man. And I just said, cool.
Wow.
Let me go out and have some fun, try and make some money. I heard other people are offering a lot of money, and the UFC's not. And for me, fighting for 20,000 and 20,000 just is not worth it to me.
Were you surprised how easy it was?
Yeah, not really though. You got to think, I haven't done anything in almost 3 years. I haven't fought. I've almost tried to fight. You know, I saw they paid Ray Borg $100,000. Realistically, I think we all know I would have gone out there if I would have had those 4 fights and not contracted whatever this whole thing. I would be the one fighting DJ a long time ago. We would have probably made some money doing it. I mean, I'm sure they would have pushed my stardom a little more than his because of whatever reason. I'm a little more marketable, but I don't ever feel like UFC will ever really try and push it until someone, you know, maybe if I cause a little ruckus, I go out and I go to Ryzen and beat up a few people. I go somewhere else and I don't know. I just figure I'd go out and cause some trouble, travel the world, make some money, and see if I can create some want, some need from the fans. Like, no, you need to re-sign this guy. You need to pay him with the money that he wants, and then we'll go from there. And like I said, if nobody wants to pay me, then I'll go back to my job.
Do you still enjoy training? Like, does the thought of fighting, going through the whole process, cutting weight, competing, getting in there, getting punched, do you still feel like there's a fire in you that wants to do this? Or is it just, let me try to make some money before, you know, I can't physically do this anymore?
There's a fire, but I have to be very smart about it. And I don't need to show all my cards and get all excited. I get excited too easily. I've had so much smoke blow up my ass over the years that I can't let myself get excited about anything when it comes to business. But I just kind of feel like, you know, why not? Why not try it? No one else at my weight is going to give it a shot, you know, like, and I know ONE FC, Sityatong is a smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. A very, very, very smart man. You know, and I respect what they're doing. I don't, the caliber of fighters, I guess we'd have to test. Bring a guy like me over and we'll test out how good you guys are. If they're really UFC caliber, like they say, then they'll at least give me a fight, or they'll beat me, or who knows? You know, it's all fun and games for me. Like at this point in my career, I'm old. I'm a dinosaur. I've been fighting for 15 years, but I'm finally healthy. I finally feel good mentally, and getting to the gym is easy. That's fun. That's like, I would be excited to have a chance to go back and have training camp if the money was right, and a signing bonus wouldn't help or wouldn't hurt. A little signing bonus wouldn't hurt. Who's calling me? Shut up, my brother. But talk to him later. But you know, it's just a business move. I'm just trying to go out there and cause a little ruckus. I don't know. We'll see how it works. This could fail completely. I'm not stupid. I've been a part of a lot of business ventures that have failed, and you know, life's worth risking, in my opinion.
Are you healthy though? Like if someone signs you, what kind of process will they have to go through in order to get you cleared, in order to get you fight? Like, do you feel like you're 100% healthy to go through with a fight camp and eventually a fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this H. pylori, I mean, it ruined my life. And my life before that, you know, you got to think about I get it. I get it how I had so much stress in my life through, you know, losing the fight to Demetrius, and after that, and the rest of the fights, and all the injuries, and the divorce I had that was a fucking nightmare, and child custody stuff, and like a lot of personal issues. And it just finally, once my body had too much, you know, and I'm so healthy. Like I eat so healthy. It's ridiculous. Thanks you to Keto Meals. Keto Meals sends me free food, and they really send my whole family free food. Alicia, my soon-to-be wife, I guess, and my daughter. You know, both. My daughter has RA, and my girlfriend has epilepsy. So we eat as close to keto as possible. All
What's
the food
RA?
at home is keto.
What's RA?
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh wow.
Rheumatoid, and you know, that's another big reason why I work for a cannabis brand, a CBD brand specifically, Habit CBD, is because my whole family needs it. You know, it makes my, you know, the woman that's going to be my wife not have seizures. It makes my kid feel better, and she doesn't have to take, you know, pharmaceutical drugs. It's better.
It's amazing though, looking at you and talking to you, you seem different. You seem much happier than the last time you were on the show. Like just your whole demeanor, your face, like everything just feels different, at least from, this vantage point through the screen here. Do you feel different as well? Like, is that accurate?
Oh, you caught me at the worst time possible.
Okay.
Which I literally the worst time possible. I was probably, for the couple days before that, I wouldn't have been able to come on the show. I was on the floor like in a ball crying.
Wow.
This machine made me have a nervous breakdown. I say that, but I found a new machine and new physics. It's a machine based off physics and Einstein's kind of not a theory, but again, I'm not a physics genius, even close to it. Just a fan. And there's a new machine that's well, it's not a new machine, but three of the guys that were part of the I guess the technology. I'm gonna fuck this up and get yelled at, but it's called Therify. It's an amazing machine, and it's like I said, it's not a medical machine; it's a physics machine, and you just have to look at that. But I got onto that. My buddy came for a few days. It was a mixture of that. I mean, that and sure, that could have been just me just wanting to feel better. The fact that I had Vinny Shorman FaceTime me and literally just yell at me for an hour. He has he's helped me over the last 5 years and knows how to like just snap me out of it. A lot of weird things have happened. I left my coach of over 12 years. I left my only agent I've ever had.
Wow.
It's been a lot of like weird stuff. And I just, I try not to leave things on a bad note. I just take blame for everything. I go, okay, it's my fault. I'm fucked up. I got to go by,
Why'd you leave your coach?
But
Colin Oyama.
Oh, I left Colin before the last fight. I've been with Colin. He's like if I didn't have such a good father figure in my life, like if my dad wasn't such an awesome, great person, Colin is that man. And we still talk. Like I talked to him this morning. I just woke up one day, and of course, that again, him being like my dad, I fought more with him than I fight with my real dad about trivial kid and parent shit. And it wasn't a fight or anything. I just woke up one day and I was like, you know what? Like, I want to go try something new. And it wasn't like, oh, I want to go to Jackson's or I want to go to TriStar. I want to go to somewhere like Alpha Male. I don't like anyone. I don't have friends. I don't have that many friends. I have a lot of social acquaintances, I guess. But like for me to go train with people and to trust someone with that, I've only had really one coach. I had Chris Brennan to begin with and Jeremy Williams and that kind of, but that was before I was a real fighter. Colin turned me into a world champion. Uh-huh. So that was my serious career right there. It was with Colin. So I just was like, well, BJ's in town and I can go hang out at Ruka like I do anyways. So I go over to Ruka and I started working with Perillo and Daryl Christians. Still working with 10th Planet in jiu-jitsu. But honestly, I like I said, I've been working out twice a week, maybe. But it's just I just need a little motivation. Someone light a fire in my ass. I've gotten a lot better than I always have. But sure, sign me as a Japanese freak show, sideshow, whatever. Like
well, you versus Horiguchi.
You'll see how
you versus Horiguchi and Ryzen is a great fight, I think.
Yeah. While he is fighting in that tournament, trying to get that belt, let me fight somebody. Let me go out there and whoever. Who do you want me to fight? Let's do it. A new up-and-coming kid, or I can fight some old person like myself. I'll show you guys how good I am, and then I'll fight him for the title.
I love it.
And then I'm me, I'm not afraid to fight anybody, and it's Japan. I'm covered in Japanese tattoos. I've only been to Japan once. Feel like a hypocrite. I need to get maybe I'll get my neck done when I go to Japan.
Sure.
Piss my fame off even more.
But I got to ask you, Ian, the symbolism of you being on this show the Monday after DJ breaks the record, and the first thing that you say is, congratulations, and you give him props. The relationship with him has been rocky, and of course, the way you started in the UFC and the draw. I mean, in a way, I feel like you'll always be tied to him. I don't know if he'll always be tied to you, but I feel like you'll always be tied to him, and there'll always be that what if. Are you like, it feels to me like you're kind of past it. It feels like you've made peace with it just based off what you said at the top. Is that accurate or no?
Sure, I'll lie to you and say, sure, I've made peace
No,
with it.
don't lie. Don't lie. Maybe I'm wrong. Sounds like I'm wrong.
You know what? That's my Al Bundy moment. It is, and everybody wants to talk about it. And everybody, like, I posted that picture of the video of DJ pulling off an armbar and on Instagram, and people like John Wayne Parr, for instance, one of, I think, everyone's favorite people on the planet. He's still like winky face, like, still know you beat him in Sydney, and like he was there. Like it's just, I get the adoration, but it's been long enough. Okay, my career went to shit. Look what DJ has done. Would I have been able to do that? I like to think so, but it's pretty incredible. Now, let's say I was able to do it. Let's say I was able to keep my shit together and run in some sort of Conor McGregor type of my genius is making me crazy. I get to get away with everything and do whatever I want and fucking just be insane and make a bunch of money. Then yeah, I would. I'm sure it would be a much different story than we have today with the way flyweights are paid and looked at and everything. But it didn't happen. So time to grow up, Peter Pan, and look at my future and really, if I'm going to destroy my body and my brain anymore, it's got to be for a lot of money, because I really enjoy the time I have with my kids. I really do. Like it's much more important than anything else to me. So pay me, because I get what I'm doing. I'm not stupid. I know I'm destroying myself, and I'm doing it for your viewing pleasure, and I'm doing it for money. That this whole Ian demanded this money. I didn't demand anything. I thought I was on that. I was offered a large sum of money to fight in another organization, and it wasn't, apparently. I'm not really sure where in the middle lies that truth, but it doesn't matter. It's just time for me to change things up and see what I can do. I'm a pioneer in this fucking sport anyway, so I might as well go have some fun. I'm not really not having fun. UFC. Yeah. As good as part of me, they use me rarely on their little their shows because they have to push other guys. Like look at Chito Vera. Look at guys like that. Who are young, up and coming. Sure, he's on mostly on the the Spanish speaking part because his English isn't so good. Right. But still, like they push their stars. I get it. I'm a dinosaur. I'm old. Let me just go cause trouble somewhere else, and then I'll if I can pull it off, which pretty sure I can. I'll cause some hype, and maybe they'll want me back. Maybe my mistress will come calling.
Good luck to you, Ian. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you breaking the news here, and I hope that you get what you're looking for. I hope you get that big fight somewhere, and you can show people that you still got it after all these years. Keep us posted.
I will, and I'll be. And
I'll keep that secret again.
Good on that secret. Oh, good on you. Thank you, man. Good talking to you.
All right, there he is, Uncle Creepy, now a free agent, no longer in the UFC. He breaks the news here. He asked for his release. He is now a free man, can fight wherever he wants. It's going to be interesting to see who picks him up, if anyone picks him up, what he gets, and if he has one more run left in him.